Exodus chapter 18, verse 13 through 27. The next day Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood around Moses from morning till evening. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, "What is this that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone, and all the people stand around you from morning till evening?" And Moses said to his father-in-law, "Because the people come to me to inquire of God. When they have a dispute, they come to me, and I decide between one person and another, and I make them know the statutes of God and his laws." Moses' father-in-law said to him, "What you're doing is not good. You and the people with you will certainly wear yourselves out, for the thing is too heavy for you. You're not able to do it alone. Now obey my voice. I will give you advice, and God be with you. You shall represent the people before God and bring their cases to God. And you shall warn them about the statutes and the laws, and make them know the way in which they must walk and what they must do. Moreover, look for able men from all the people, men who fear God, who are trustworthy and hate a bribe. And place such men over the people as chiefs of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, and of tens. And let them judge the people at all times. Every great matter they shall bring to you, but any small matter they shall decide themselves. So it will be easier for you, and they will bear the burden with you. If you do this, God will direct you. You will be able to endure, and all this people also will go to their place in peace." So Moses listened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, chiefs of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, and of tens. And they judged the people at all times. Any hard case they brought to Moses, but any small matter they decided themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went away to his own country. The more we gain experience and knowledge, the more we tend to tune out advice from others and consider our own decisions to be the best course of action. Yet the scripture instructs us to be wise and be open to receiving advice from people around us. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 15 says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice." Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, had lost the support of his people because he was unwilling to listen to the advice of the elders that had helped his father Solomon throughout the reign. This caused the kingdom to split into two nations and had remained so for hundreds of years. Unlike the foolishness of Rehoboam, today's passage speaks of how Moses wisely receives advice from his father-in-law Jethro. One of Moses' duties was to instruct and be a judge over Israel. However, Moses was overworking himself since he was only one person instructing millions of people and problems daily. When Jethro saw this, he gave an advice that came from having lived a long time. Jethro advises Moses to find capable and trustworthy men and instruct them on how to be a good leader so that they can share the workload of Moses. Moses accepted and did just as his father-in-law advised him. Moses could have easily dismissed the advice from Jethro. In verse 23, Jethro mentions that if Moses listens to the advice, God will direct Moses and be able to endure the burden. Moses, up until this time, was a person who talked with God, had conversations with him, and received clear instructions from him. Moses could have easily found the advice unapplicable, since who would be able to listen to God better than he? But Moses understood that there is wisdom to be gleaned from those around him, especially those that have gone before him, and opened his heart to accept advice and instruction from such people. Job 12:12 says, "Wisdom is with the aged, and understanding in length of days." God has placed people in our lives that can give great insights and advice for our lives. They can be our parents, leaders, and elders around us who have life experiences to share that can help us to be more effective. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 20 says, "Listen to advice and accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom in the future." As we meditate on today's passage, let us be wise to open our ears to hear the advices of those around us and become more capable and prepared for the road that God is leading us toward.